Okay, so while Theo was telling you about buses and buses possibly clustering, I'm interested in a similar thing, but you could perhaps describe it as I'm interested in whether a big guy like Theo is going to jump off the bus and punch me in the face. So if you can all imagine your home, if it's in the suburbs, or your holiday home, if that's out in the country, and waking up one morning, the trees are flattened, your bedroom roof is on top of your car. These are some of the scenes that people that experienced the Great Storm of 1987 had. It was a storm that swept across southeast England and northern France. And it also played a role in the Black Monday stock market crash. It happened on the Friday before, and so none of the traders in London could get to their desks, and on Monday the market crashed. I was too young and living in the wrong country to have experienced that storm, but the question remains, will I experience such a storm in my lifetime? So these storms are called Stingjet windstorms, and this is the name of the project that we're working on under AXA. So what is a Stingjet? It's an intriguing name. Some of you may have seen an image like this, something that you see on your television in the evenings with the weather forecast. If you look over here, that would be Brittany over there, and Normandy up here. And the researchers that from about 2000, researchers at the University of Reading, started to understand that the Great Storm, what had happened in the Great Storm, and in their eye, they saw that the cold front, so this thing over here, kind of looked like a scorpion, and this was the scorpion's tail, something like that. And right over here, where the sting is, that's where the Stingjet happens, hence the Stingjet. And as you can see over here, there's this is a storm we're currently studying with the nickname Robert. So the thing about Stingjets is they're not really like anything that you've experienced before. They're not like tornadoes, and they're not like hurricanes. They're a lot more like an avalanche coming down out of the atmosphere, and it's an avalanche of wind, not snow. And so if they hit your village, that can be quite a problem. So, going back to that question that we're interested in asking is, what is the chance that I will experience a Stingjet storm in my lifetime or in your lifetime? We have to actually answer two questions. The first question is, how often do Stingjets happen? So we do know that in some winter storm, and in which storms do they happen? So we know that there's two broad types of winter storms, and in one of those types, we seem to get Stingjets. And the way that I'm studying them is that we've taken a few good cases, good examples, and we're using the same model that the weather model that Meteo France would use to forecast your weather tomorrow. We're using that model we run it many, many times with slightly different starting conditions. And this gives us a feel for the probability of a Stingjet in this type of storm. Just to bear in mind, we're not actually asking to predict the storms. That's Meteo France or the Met Office's job. What we're interested in is what is the risk of these storms. So now we know what the probability of a Stingjet is within a particular storm. The next question is, what is the risk of that sort of storm coming over land? And this will be something that we'll be tackling in the next year of our project. And we do that we have a special way of identifying which storms might have a Stingjet. Okay. So now we've answered two questions. How probable is a Stingjet in the storm? And are those storms coming over land? And together, those are able to give us a feel of what's the risk. And we use the last 30 years of data to apply these methods. And that can helpfully answer the question, will we be prepared for the next great storm?